As a high school French teacher in North Texas, one of my professional goals is to help students improve their learning and performance by harnessing my creativity and technology skills to create engaging, learner-centered materials. My journey has led me to pursue learning-centered instructional design and learning experience design, which always prioritizes the learner. While working toward a master's degree in educational technology, I chose a certificate to pursue independently. I wanted to learn more about user experience design because it puts the learner at the forefront and uses student-centered learning principles to achieve its goals. User experience creates a more meaningful and engaging product that treats the learner with respect. I believe this is what has drawn me to UX design, the empathetic side of creativity and the power to maximize learning and performance. Coursera is a well-respected and leading massive open online courses organization. Foundations of User Experience UX Design is the first in a series of 7 that are part of the Google UX Design Professional Certificate. I plan to do all 7, but for the purpose of this task, only the first course would fit the timeline. My hope was that this would give me knowledge and skills immediately applicable to my current students as well as any future learners with whom I will work. As far as the lessons learned, the 4-week, 18-hour Foundations of User Experience course provided lots of learning opportunities, especially given how little I knew at the start. Overall, I accomplished 5 main goals. First, I discovered what user experience is and why it's important for users and businesses. Second, I learned what makes design good for the user. Hint, it's user-centered. Third, I read about different disciplines within UX and the kinds of responsibilities each has. Fourth, I learned common tools, frameworks, and platforms used in UX design. For example, the design thinking framework involves the phases empathize, define, ideate, prototype, and test. Lastly, I discovered design sprints, which provide many benefits. During this 5-day intense task, they go through one of the design thinking framework phases each day. The Foundations of User Experience UX Design course included videos, readings, practice exercises, discussion forums, and quizzes. As I progressed through the other Google UX Design Professional Certificate courses, there will also be guided projects to implement what I've learned on a deeper level. User experience research in particular intrigued me because it requires complete focus on the needs of the learner in order to help them solve a problem. I learned useful traits of UX researchers, empathy, which they defined as the ability to understand someone else's thoughts and feelings, pragmatism, which focuses on reaching goals, and collaboration, which is the ability to work with a range of people, personalities, and work styles. I also learned the ways in which UX researchers get to the heart of their users' needs, desires, and challenges. There are advantages and disadvantages to each kind of research tool. In addition, I learned that user research is so central to UX that it continues through the product development lifecycle. I learned about biases and how to avoid them in an effort to collect data on the learner that is unaffected by the point of view of the researcher. I found it all fascinating and applicable to my world language classroom. I teach students to avoid biases and stereotypes when learning about French and Francophone cultures. The UX course and my current student-centered learning course have given me a lot upon which to reflect as an educator. I develop relationships, listen, encourage independence, and create engaging materials. However, I would like to offer more student choice. I would like to make sure that all instruction is learner-centered rather than content-centered. I will utilize my new perspective, as well as my empathy, pragmatism, and collaboration to benefit the learners in my classroom, my colleagues, and my district. In terms of next steps, the Introduction to User Experience course gave me insight and a new point of view on how to use learner-centered content to solve problems in the business world. It is exciting to see ways to use empathy, goal setting, and collaboration to improve products for users. I am an eager learner who puts into practice what I learn. I am deliberate and intentional. I will find a way to incorporate this newly acquired knowledge and skills right away. As I transition into work outside my classroom, this UX knowledge will benefit the adult learners for whom I will create content and provide solutions.